My father sold my future for his debt. What happened next made the courtroom hold its breath. I grew up believing fathers protected daughters. Mine protected his debts. He wasn't always cruel. When I was little, he read me bedtime stories, tucked me in with warm hands. But addiction is a thief. It steals love, steals money, steals dignity until the man left behind is only shadows and hunger. By the time I was 15, my father owed everyone. Neighbors, banks, men with tattoos who waited in cars outside our house. My mother worked double shifts to keep food on the table. I worked weekends to pay for books. But no matter how much we scraped together, it vanished into his pockets, into bottles, into cards. By the time I turned 18, college acceptance letters arrived. Hope on thick envelopes. But hope was expensive. And one night, I overheard the words that would set everything in motion. Through a crack in the door, I saw him whispering on the phone. She'll sign the loan. She doesn't know it yet, but she will. My daughter's future is worth more than mine anyway. The blood drained from my face. He wasn't planning to pay his debts. He was planning to sell me to them. My credit, my identity, my life. That I wanted to confront him. Instead, I stayed silent. Because silence buys time. That week, he shoved papers in front of me. Just sign. It's for the house. The pages blurred, legal terms stacked like walls. My mother's eyes begged me to refuse. But I picked up the pen. And as I did, I pressed a tiny button hidden in my sleeve. The recorder hummed to life. That I asked sweetly. Why me, Dad? Why not use your own name? He laughed. Because mine's worthless. Yours is clean. And if you love this family, you'll carry us. You'll do it silently. The recorder caught every word. Over months, the weight grew. Calls from banks. Threats from collectors. My credit shredded. My scholarships gone. My future strangled before it began. I worked 3 jobs, slept on buses, pretended to classmates I was fine. At night, I stared at the ceiling and whispered. Not forever. Not forever. When I turned 21, I stopped waiting for miracles. I started planning revenge. I gathered proof piece by piece. Statements, forged signatures, messages he'd left bragging to friends. I filed everything in neat folders, labeled and time-stamped. And I waited for the moment. It came the night he smashed a plate because dinner was late. He ranted that I was ungrateful, that I owed him obedience. My mother trembled in the corner. I reached into my pocket, pressed record again and asked, What exactly do I owe you, Dad? He roared. Everything. Your name, your money, your future, it's mine. You're nothing without me. That was the sentence that sealed his fate. The next morning, I walked into a lawyer's office with a backpack full of evidence. His eyebrows rose higher with every clip. When I finished, he whispered, You've been living in a prison. Let's burn it down. The case took months. Fraud, identity theft, forgery. The day of the trial, my father strolled in smug, convinced no one would believe me. He winked when I took the stand, but he didn't wink when the speakers filled the courtroom with his own voice. Her name is clean. She'll sign because I tell her to. Her future is mine. She owes me everything. The jury froze. My mother wept quietly in the back row. My father's smirk collapsed as clip after clip painted him not as a victim, but a predator who cannibalized his own child. The verdict came swift. Guilty. Fraud. Forgery. Years in prison. People ask if I ever forgave him. I don't answer. I remember the sound of chains on his wrists as they led him away. I remember the way he looked back, expecting me to break. I didn't. He taught me obedience through silence. I used that silence to bury him. And when the gavel struck, the room exhaled. For the first time in years, I could breathe too. My credit would take years to repair. My dreams needed rebuilding. But I was free. And freedom, unlike debt, can't be stolen.